Shout out to our sponsors at IconBet. Open source, decentralized gaming, no deposits, play straight from your wallet. IconBet, made by the players, for the players.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Eye on Icon. This is the episode where we go around the ecosystem talking to our builders. And we have a return guest, our token tech guy, Andrew. Joining us as well is Alton from DevShack. Now, we hear him in the background. He gets a lot of credit for all the work he does, but he's never actually been on the show. So, Andrew, you can be quiet for a moment. Alton, how are you today? And welcome to the show.
Hi, Faiz. I'm good. And yourself?
Yeah, good, man. Good. Glad to have you on, and we're kind of excited today to, dive into the topic we have you on about, but let me not be too rude. Andrew, token tech guy, how are we?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. How you going?
Yeah, good, man. Good. Okay, so who wants to talk about why we're doing this episode today? What's it for?
Well, there's rumors of some big reveal of a MetrICX V3 website. I think.
Oh, yes.
I think that's the rumor going around anyway.
I've heard such a rumor as well, and that's just it exactly. So in the last 2 weeks, I've seen a lot of people asking dashboard. Oh, it'd be great if we had a web dashboard. It would be great if there was some kind of gamification going on Balanced or Ohm. And every time I see these tweets, I quickly get in there, and I notice Andrew, you are getting in there and making some comments as well. As guys, this is happening. We're building it. It's actually MetrICX V3. So what we've done is pulled the team together and thought, let's do a reveal. And mind you, it is extremely early in the dev cycle for this reveal, but I don't care. This is what I want to encourage in the Icon ecosystem is if you're building, get on Icon, start talking about it, build a bit of buzz, tell the community what you're doing. And so, leading by example, I've dragged Andrew and Alton here today to talk through, and we've got a bit of a presentation, some of the exciting aspects of the MetrICX Web App 3, how we're going to differentiate from the competition that's out there as well. So, here it is. Andrew nailed it. It is the reveal for MetrICX V3.
It is, and it's so early. We've probably done one line of code so far.
Oh, yeah. Great. No, it's all been infrastructure set up, hasn't it, Andrew?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Good. Very important to call out because the stuff, the way they're building at the back end, it's once you get that right, then we can kind of aggregate the information we want to display quite quickly and evolve the dashboard. But that initial setup is crucial.
Yeah, I did a tweet a couple of days ago, kind of calling MetrICX an iceberg, and it really is. So a lot of stuff we're working on is back-end work at the moment. Yeah, a lot of the APIs we're using for the mobile version has been with future use in mind, and this website will definitely be one of those future uses that we were thinking of using it for.
Yeah. So guys, let's back up a little bit. MetrICX V2, it's just dropped. We're all acting like it was huge, wasn't it? There was a lot of work put in, and Alton, I seem to have this memory that it was close to D-Day and something may have happened to your laptop.
Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah, the whole thing got wrecked, yeah. I had to reinstall Windows and everything from scratch, new hard drive, everything. He had to decompile some of the DLLs back to C#. He lost a lot of his code.
Okay, so Andrew, you have to go dev on me. Yes, so lost a lot of code and a lot of rework had to happen. You had to rework a lot of the stuff again, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, luckily AWS stores your assembly code, but it's got a bit of work to engineer it back into workable code. But we were able to do that.
Yeah, good.
It's a learning for everyone out there to stash and Git more often.
Yeah, no, good. And what about how have you found the uptake? So since V1, when V2 dropped, I know the community was extremely hyped and couldn't wait for it to drop. Have you got any back-end numbers, some kind of idea of the usage of your app? You don't have to quote
I haven't
specifics.
looked at the numbers, to be honest, but the feedback, I believe, has been pretty good. Yeah, we haven't looked at the numbers either, to be honest. I know we do, 10 to 20,000 push notifications on any given day. Yeah. And that's considerable compared to
It's
before.
been on the rise quite a bit every year, and I believe it's still consistent with that, like 30% per year. It's been growing at least.
Yeah, more and more transactions. Obviously, more tokens are on the network. The more people get deposits, the more push notifications happen. More devices get installed. We're over nearly 2,000 probably by now.
Yeah, and interestingly, new platforms like Balanced introduces a lot more notifications being pushed out. As you know, when people are reinvesting their balanced rewards back into liquidity pools or collateral, that's a lot of transactions to trade and deposit, and so it's generating a lot of volume.
Sometimes I leave my phone near my wife's bedside table and I forget that it's there, and I'm doing my balance nightly kind of stuff, and I'm claiming and I'm doing all this stuff, and I hear my phone go like at least 6 or 7 push notifications of all the new tokens I've just received, and I was like, oh no, here we go. And then 5 minutes later, Andrew. Pretty funny. Yeah.
No. Well, you got to be careful there. I know what you mean, though. It's happened to me several times. Okay, cool. So, V2's out. It's mobile specific. So, what is V3? What are we aiming to do with V3? Who wants to take that?
I'll try. So, I know since day one, Fez, you've always been at me to kind of make a Zapper likeness for Icon, and we did look into that, and it's kind of still on the cards. But after a little bit of investigation, we found that the technical aspects on Icon were a little bit different than those on Ethereum. So I was kind of looking at a different avenue for MetrICX. It's an aggregator app. We wanted to still have that nexus of connecting to different kind of applications on Icon. And I'm a big gamer. Alton's a big gamer. We play a lot of Diablo and RPG style games, and we like the idea of leveling up and kind of getting rewards and having something to aim for. And with the NFT craze that's coming, I was kind of thinking about how can we tie MetrICX into kind of that world. And I don't remember how the idea came to me. It kind of just hit me that how about we kind of gamify all of Icon, because MetrICX gets every single transaction that ever happens. We kind of have that infrastructure anyway. So we can track what people do, we can track what wallets, we can track tokens and the movements of them, what people are interacting with. So we want to try and gamify all of Icon and create daily quests and ways to really generate and make people excited about transacting on Icon. Because, to be honest, just doing a transaction on Icon isn't fun. It's just a chore that you have to do. But if we could make it actually a fun thing to do, where we have daily quests and people have to claim every day, or they have to use balance every day, that makes more transactions on the network, and it makes it more fun because it's a game.
Yep. I recall when you came up with the idea and told me, and even my head exploded. I was like, yes, this is brilliant. But I think to put a bit more as well context there. So we know on Ethereum there's a application called Zapper. Essentially, it aggregates your address. Anything your address touches, all the dApps on the Ethereum ecosystem, it aggregates that information and displays. So dApps like Balanced or Ohm, it will show you on that dashboard how much money you have in each liquidity pool and just in that dApp itself. So given Icon is exploding with innovation, dare I say, when I saw MetrICX, yes, I was always in Andrew's case saying this is bound to evolve. You've got something unique here. So we looked into it, and yes, there's technical aspects, but that didn't stop Andrew. He kept dreaming about what it could pivot to, and gamification was born. And I just love it because essentially you're going to do everything you do on the Icon ecosystem, and when you check the MetrICX app, you're going to slowly be acquiring experience and leveling up, and then some cool stuff. Which are we ready to? Do you want to dive into it, Andrew Alton?
Go. What do you reckon, Alton? Should we show them?
Fine.
he's so enthusiastic.
Okay, so full disclosure.
Apprehensive as well.
Well, look, full disclosure. Okay, I have terrible presentation whipping up skills, and so what you see is terribly whipped up by me. Two, everything is extremely early and most likely will evolve or change a fair bit. So don't get hung up that this is what we said here and the end product has kind of pivoted a bit more. That said, we're really hoping the tokenomics and the NFT system that we've thought of really sticks, because there's nothing but value in it. And overall, as well, the Metrics app and its dashboard is very early stages and a work in progress. In fact, you're getting a sneak peek at how we receive the templates and then what Andrew and Alton will do to modify these templates so heavily that they won't even look like what they currently look like and display information. Right now what you see is not the half of it. So that's kind of interesting. I was definitely fascinated by it. So let's dive in. Let me show you this great presentation I've put together. The guys can't actually see this, but if you're listening on the other streaming platforms, probably in episode 2, look at the YouTube channel and go if you want to get an early sneak peek of what the NFTs could possibly look like, how the dashboard's going to look, and some of the gamification components and the tokenomics. So before we do that, I want Andrew, can you tell me a bit about the artist who's going to be designing the NFTs? That he's quite good and at the moment is, I believe, getting to be quite famous as well.
Yeah, so I remember asking Lucas from Stakey if he knew any artists. I knew he was working on Craft, and I knew he was working on some, initial NFTs to promote Craft. So I asked him, and he says, actually, we're working on someone, and he sent me his contact details. His name's Valley, and he's from Romania. So I emailed him and said, hey, I know you're working with Lucas with Craft. I've got this idea that I want to go run by you. Would you be willing to kind of make these NFT kind of collectible cards for this idea that I have? And he's like, yeah, I'd love to. He's such a good guy. And we've got a series going on actually at the moment called Crypto Whales. It's kind of taking off a little bit. We've got a bit of a following. So it's a bit of a plug. Go check him out. But same artist, he's brilliant. And I'm really excited to share his art to Icon and to the world, really. I think he deserves it.
Yeah, look, I actually quickly on the plug of Crypto Whales, I remember Andrew telling me about it, and I was like, cool. But when he showed me the first Crypto Whale, I was like, oh, this is awesome. And even when I saw it, I didn't realize some of the brilliance about it. And it was, the Crypto Whales resemble people in the crypto ecosystem, and Andrew goes, look at the pouch, and I didn't get the relevance in this particular NFT, and then he showed me a real life picture of Vitalik, hiking, and his pouch was the cat pouch, and he captured that in the Crypto Whale. That's where I realized, holy crap, Valley is extremely talented, and the Crypto Whale series is an ingenious idea because, well, it's a genius idea because, it really captures real world into the whale. Anyway, it's a must see. We'll put some links in the show notes as well, because I understand there will be something coming to the Icon network in that series that's exclusive to Craft. At the moment, that collection's only excellent. Good to hear, Andrew. Glad you confirmed.
Hoping to drag a whole bunch of OpenSea followers across the Icon, which was kind of the idea to begin with.
No, it's a great one and love it. It's great. So the best part is he will be creating and has already started to create all the NFTs that will be available for purchase or one in the MetrICX V3 app. So let's dive in. First things first, the dashboard. So here you can see put some early snippets. There'll be 3 ways you can access the dashboard. You don't have to connect via wallet, and I'll just caution everyone, I may say stuff, and I reckon Andrew and Alton will jump in. We never agreed to that, so they're in for a couple of surprises as I talk. So we'll have the old-fashioned way of logging into your wallet via IconX, hopefully ledger support as well. And but one of the other things is it doesn't necessarily need a wallet sign-in. You can copy and paste your address, and it just reads your address. This will just show you what is on your address. So we hope to have that as a package on the first iteration of V3. And you can see over here some mock-ups in the light mode. But let's move right down. Now this dashboard, some of it says Google Play, and you're thinking that's not crypto. It isn't, but you can see the templates that have been made with the fields. I'm guessing I'm saying this right, Andrew? Like all of these are the different elements that will then get populated and tweaked the way we want it to display information.
Yeah.
Cool. So you can see, we're very keen on the graph, but the reason all these fields could move around a fair bit, but what we want to make sure we capture is that anything you have liquidity or tokens in any of the dApps, it will be listed under the dApp section and actually give you a bird's eye view of how much you have in there and what it's doing. So the current ones, we're still working on this, like I said, extremely early. One cool thing that we want to implement, and hopefully technically we can, is in the corner of the dashboard as well having a claim airdrops button. So essentially, rather than you running to every site, you can literally click this button and it will put a transaction and just claim the airdrops that's owing to you for that week, which would be quite handy personally. Andrew, what do you think of that as well? Are you kind of excited to have that?
Personally, I am, but unfortunately, I'm not staking at the moment anywhere except Balance, so I can't claim anything right now. But hopefully, they, yeah, I think it'll be useful for a lot of people. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, cool. Alton, I don't know. I think you probably just hear a lot of this. You're hearing a first time as well, I believe. So, what are your thoughts on the claim airdrop button via the dashboard?
Yeah, I'm already thinking. Second stage, but I'm very excited. Just even getting the current read-only state into a web application of sorts, just to have that like functionality on a website. I personally don't use my mobile that much, so I'm very excited just to get that stuff in there. And then secondly, I would love to see all this, like claim this and, claim that, and get your airdrop and your stake and all that stuff straight from the dashboard. That's very exciting. Yeah.
Cool. Agree. Now, the dashboard, I think that pretty much sells itself. This is what MetrICX V3 will be about. Now, the gamification component. So we've kind of hinted and touched, but we really haven't given a thorough understanding of what it will be. So quite simply, every day / week there'll be quests, tasks per se, that you have to complete. These tasks can be simple things like staking, claiming iScore, interacting with the dApp, adding liquidity, doing a swap. It doesn't matter. Just some of these things will be at play. They'll be rotating weekly, could be daily. When you complete these, you gain experience points. So as you're just doing stuff in the Icon ecosystem, when you come back, I believe we'll probably set up a signing mechanism where you accept the quest, off you go, you do it, and then you claim your EXP. As you are claiming experience, earning experience, and you claim it, randomly you will get dropped a token, which is perhaps going to be called power-up tokens. These tokens you can use to upgrade NFTs that you find as you level up and gain experience via doing stuff in the Icon ecosystem. So that token then can be used to level up an NFT, which will show you the next stage of the NFT. And the best part is, like, originally we may launch with you could find 20 different NFTs in the game, and they could be of 100, a total supply of 100 each. These are the things we're going to firm up, but what happens is you find it, And as you're earning these power-up tokens, you then use these power-up tokens to upgrade it. And when you use the power-up tokens, it gets burnt and the supply is always deflationary. I don't know, Andrew, have I done a good job of kind of giving a bit of context of the leveling up, how you earn power-up, how you earn NFTs, and what the power-up tokens can be used for?
Yeah, it's good to me, man. I know we've spoken a lot about this, and you've rehashed it and reworked that document countless times. So a lot of this genius is really your doing. I kind of took the original idea, and you've just taken it and kind of made it into something that I'm really loving. So you're owning it at the moment, definitely.
Thanks, man. Look, the tokenomics. I didn't have it displayed. That was the overview. So look, to really dive in now, you're probably thinking, oh, but where does this power-up token come from? How much is the supply, etc.? So this is where I feel, after really thinking it out, I'm kind of excited about it. So the power-up token supply is directly linked to the NFTs. So before the app launches, we're probably going to have a Gen 0 range, and I'll give you a sneak peek. Over here you can see the cards that have been drawn. They have a certain theme. Every season that launches randomly will have various themes. At the moment we've got this theme, the next could be space theme, but the goal of the themes, it will always relate back or have some kind of branding in it of the Icon ecosystem, or the BTP chains as we start to evolve. It's not just going to be locked into the central Icon dApps, but you get the gist. So initially, we will list these that are directly tied to the MetrICX app. They'll be on sale on Craft. What happens is, as the NFTs are sold, so this is how the power-up token supply will work. When the NFTs is sold, and here's Bob buys the initial NFT. You can see this is the Gen 0 NFT that will launch. These ones will not be upgradable. There will be other generations that launch that you find in the game, which I will give you a sneak peek of as well. So we're just working through the example. This NFT is on sale for 50 ICX. Bob buys the NFT. Now we know how these NFTs work, right? You list it for sale. The first sale, obviously the entire amount goes to the artist minus the fees for the platform. So in this case, what will actually happen is, instead of the entire sale going to the artist or the team, MetrICX team, 90% of it will actually get locked, and the ICX will get locked, and the exact amount of ICX that is locked, power-up tokens will be minted 1 for 1. So one ICX will mint one power-up token. Now, this could change if we're looking at a couple of models, but ideally we want it relatable. So either one ICX for one power-up token that relates to a stable coin, or just like for like, which is a simpler solution. So in this case, if we had 50 ICX, 90% would mint power-up tokens 1 for 1, and off you go. The other 10% of the first sale will go to the MetrICX team. Now, the reason why is, one of the big aspects of V3, and in the background, the guys have been doing a lot of infrastructure work, and all this infrastructure is funding is required. You know, they got to pay a lot of things, and this is coming out of their pocket at the moment. So we have to ensure we're making a revenue from the app to sustain this model, and this is why it's being designed like this. Andrew Alton, did I hear you say something?
Sorry, no, that was a notification come up on my phone.
Cool.
It's all good.
Okay, great. So this is the first sale of the NFT. This is how it will work. Now, Bob here is quite happy with his NFT because, you know, he's acquired something rare and unique. And Bob then goes, you know what? I'm going to flip this NFT right now. I've bought it. I'm going to flip it for 100 ICX. What happens here is, every resale of any NFT that belongs to the MetrICX V3 ecosystem, the entire commission of that sale will go towards minting power-up tokens. Okay? So in this case, Bob keeps the profit, obviously. It's his NFT, so the resale, he keeps whatever profit he makes, which in this example is 90 ICX, and then 10 ICX, which is the the 10% commission that goes to the metrics team, but it doesn't. In this case, it actually gets locked up and Power Up tokens is minted. Now, this is how the supply of Power Up tokens will work. So initially we will do a Gen 0 launch where we haven't decided on how many NFTs, but there'll be a range of NFTs. Everything that gets sold there, 90% of those will go to us in minting the initial supply of Power Up tokens. And then obviously if those NFTs keep reselling, the 10% commission will keep going towards minting new Power Up tokens. And the best part is Power Up is backed one of one by ICX. So underlying, it's not just a make-believe token. Behind it is one ICX always backing it. That's the beauty of the design. So now you've got all this Power Up tokens, but how does it get distributed? So the next slide will explain that. Remember, in these scenarios, Bob is just responsible for minting via the commissions. The Power Up tokens don't go to Bob. The Power Up tokens get put into the MetrICX V3 app and get distributed randomly to everyone who's gaining EXP and leveling up. And that's the beauty of the design. So if we go up to how the Power Up token is distributed, so over here we've got Power Up tokens will be distributed to MetrICX app users randomly who complete daily tasks and gain EXP. So this point is important. It will be random. It doesn't mean you earn one experience point, do one activity, and you'll get a Power Up token. No. As you're just gaining EXP, just like traditional RPGs, Final Fantasy VII, things like that, playing Diablo, you'll just be killing stuff or doing things, all of a sudden you'll get a random drop. That's what the Power Up token is. It is randomized, but when you get it, it is off value because Power Up can only be minted when ICX is locked away, 1 for 1. And 2, so once you have this Power Up token, once you've found a bit, it's probably in your best interest to hoard it as much as you can so that you can then use it. And what can it be used for? So let's go into this. So I've covered this, NFTs found via drops. So no, I haven't covered this. So the other aspect is that as you're leveling up or you gain levels on different levels, you may actually, apart from a Power Up token, get a drop off an NFT. Now, over here you can see what you will find is a range of random NFTs, and this is a level 1 NFT. It's just a background, just a bit of a picture. This NFT won't be given out free, so again this NFT will be made available quite cheap, I'm guessing, because there's more to it. But again, this is some of the stuff the team will have to work through. But essentially, you either use your Power Up tokens or spend ICX on it to acquire it. So in this case, this is the NFT drop level 1. Now, remember, you've been saving all those Power Up tokens. So what you can use them for is you can actually spend your Power Up tokens to upgrade the NFT. And you can see over here, I've got a bit of an example of how you start off with the NFTs you find in the game. And I've just given some snippets at various levels. So, and this is just an example. You consume 25. This is what level 3 would look like. Then as you're leveling up, another 50 token Power Up tokens. And then this is what it looks like. And what's really cool is the final aspect, the final form. So there could be different generations will have maybe, let's say, 5 layers. Some of them will have 8 layers. Maybe in the future we'll do 12 layers. It all depends because these are creating this takes time for Valley, but it's also there's cost associated to getting these NFTs like this to look this amazing. So let me show you an example of how the NFT one NFT series would evolve. But over here you can see what's happening is when Power Up tokens are consumed to level, they're burnt. So when they're burnt, the ICX backing it is released. Obviously that 10% commission that constantly goes eventually comes to the metrics team because that is the source of revenue for the metrics team. But until the Power Up tokens are consumed to level up the NFT, they get burnt and then get released. So it's kind of all linked. The selling of the NFTs is what generates more power up tokens. So if people get to a certain stage and want that next level, and there's no power up tokens available to be found via random drops, which there will be a ticker in the MetrICX app just displaying the current supply that can be found in game. If there isn't, it's the only way to mint new power up is to go to the craft store or whatever marketplace where we have the various ranges on, and look for the MetrICX V3 game NFTs, what people have for sale. So it's all linked to ensuring that there's always demand for the NFTs, and whenever NFTs sell, they create power-up tokens, and then you can go back and kind of keep leveling and find the power-up tokens via the MetrICX app. I have tried the best way to explain this. I know I'm keen to create a bit of an animated explainer around the token metrics, but best part about this is, we as a team cannot just manually mint more power-up tokens. It is strictly based on the ensuring that the range of NFTs are selling, or new NFTs are selling, or existing NFTs are selling to mint that power-up token to get distributed via the MetrICX app. I'll pause there, guys. I've been doing a lot of talking. Anything you want to add? 2 cents there before I talk through the evolution of the... I'm going to walk through in-game NFT evolution every stage. But before I do that, anything y'all want to add?
No, I think that was... I saw... This is the first time Alton's heard any of this, by the way. So he was there kind of like with his hands in his temple, kind of trying to take it all in. But I saw a few nods on the head, so I think he got it. So that's a win. Obviously, I've read through the document that you put together a few days ago, so... I really like the idea. I think it's going to be a different approach to tokenomics. Just also a point to the power up tokens. At the moment, everyone who hears the word token just automatically thinks NFT. These aren't going to be NFTs. They'll just be a generic IRC2 token. That would kind of be our in-game money in a sense, that's backed by ICX. So I just wanted to point that out a little.
Yeah, I think it's a good call out. Really important. I think I've always in the background when I think tokenomics, I always feel I want to have something backing it. So in this case, like I said, if anything were to change for this, the only change would be is can we create a system where ICX was locked and essentially that value of it mints in kind of a dollar in a stablecoin ratio. Again, though, I think it gets more complicated, and we don't want to create unnecessary complications here. Alton, how did it sound? A live reveal for you. Is it, did you think it was going to be like this?
Not at all. So I'm a bit surprised that it actually made sense to me. I like the idea that it's sort of like a closed off system.
Yes.
And we're not having to manually handle. Once we kick it off, it's all going to be automatic from then on. And I really like that it's not just a token for the sake of having a token, but it seems it's going to have a value and a meaning and, a goal. So I'm really impressed.
Cool. Glad to hear it. This is not make-believe. This is actually live. And it's funny, me and Andrew, I asked him before the show, has Alton been told about this? And he was like, no. Okay, so this is great. Glad to hear it. Okay, so, and this is what I love about it as well, right? Because essentially, if it works, it's going to work because everyone gets behind it and is excited about what we're doing, right? And they get behind it how? By going and purchasing these NFTs, which they hold, and then they get they earn money from reselling, and we know how the NFT game works. But in the background, it's advocating getting on the metrics dashboard, completing your tasks and things to see if you can actually earn those power up tokens, because it leads to this. So let's talk through Some of the NFTs we're just giving you one NFT from a gamification component. We don't want to reveal everything. Me and Andrew went back and forth with this because that's the beauty of it, right? You want to find it in the game. You want to find all the different ranges that are there and what you want to do with it. So let's take you on this journey. So here's stage one of this one of the gamification NFTs, and stage one. Now let me just use this. So stage two. So now how much power up gets consumed, and remember, when you use power up, it burns that from the total supply. How much per level, we're not sure yet, and we're going to work through, but here's how it will flow. So first level, next one, here we go. More stuff coming in. The wolf appears, gets a bit mad. And then the final form of this NFT will be an animated... Yes.
Need a drum roll.
Yeah, sorry, I already started playing it. I feel... and there you go. See, so the final phase will turn into an animated file. Animated NFT. I shouldn't say file. I'm playing an animated file, but this gives you concept. So you've got to go through all those levels, and this is the final level. Now, what makes the gamification so cool in my eyes is... even with the NFTs, when you use your power-up token, say this is level 1, when you use your power-up token, you spend 20 power-up tokens and it evolves to level 2, that first NFT gets burnt. That gets burnt from your wallet and the overall supply of this NFT. So if this NFT range is, there's 100 of them, and you find 100 of them at level 1, okay, every time you level it up, essentially it's destroying the older level and the overall supply. So all of a sudden you have 99 other level 1s around, and every time you evolve it, it basically burns the old generation of the card. So while the goal is to get to the final stage, you can see how actually holding and trying to farm each level of the NFT becomes a desirable thing, because you don't actually know which one is going to be the rarest. It could turn out everyone levels up to the animated file and none of the other versions exist in the NFT history because that's what everyone did. So I think it just adds another layer to the gamification component and ensures that people aren't just, once you found this NFT, level 1, that's it, you just have to find all the others. No, it's kind of farming every level of it. So that's in my eyes. I know, Andrew, you like that as well.
Yeah, I do. Yep.
Alton?
Yeah, no, it sounds very cool and fun.
Cool. Okay. And look, that's about, from the gamification component, what we wanted to reveal. I hope everyone is as excited as us. I will say this right now, you can see on my screen. So we were probably thinking we would do like a Gen 0 set of a few cards, but I think as we've working through how we want the NFTs tied into the tokenomics and ensuring the token's always backed by value, we probably will look to do a bit more for Gen 0 launch to ensure there is enough of a token supply that the gamification tokens that a lot of users can start, using the metrics dashboard, completing quests and things, which we hope will directly lead to more transactions as well in the Icon ecosystem. That is fundamentally how we're designing this. It's not just make-believe, not just fake, transactions for the sake of it. It is strategically tied into things you would have to do daily when you're taking part in DeFi and things like that. So, yeah, really excited about this and can't wait. I always, every 2 days, I'm messaging Andrew, what can we do to speed things up? I'm sure he's like, will you just shut up?
Yeah.
Stop adding requirements.
Yeah, that's right. That's what a good PM does, right?
Yeah. So,
yeah.
So full disclosure as well, you've seen the goal first will be V3 will be getting the dashboard out. because what we want to do is just make sure, get the dashboard out. Hopefully we'll get a bit of feedback around that as well. So the first go live date of V3, the gamification component won't be available in the dashboard right away. While we may be working in that in the background, we won't ship with that. We want to get the dashboard out so that all our users across Icon can actually, instead of jumping to the 5 different dApps to keep checking on things, they can just look at our dashboard and go, yep, everything looks right. My loan is fine. My risk levels are fine. Everything's looking good. Great. That metrics tells me that. And then we will look to launch the go live with the gamification component. However, at the same time, we will probably do our Gen 0 kickoff similar to what Project Nebula did. We'll kick off a bit of those sales initially so that we can build hype and interest and make sure that people, and also use that as a testing grounds to ensure people are actually excited about the idea we're presenting and what we're bringing to the table.
Yep. Another thing I want to add as well is for those who are developing apps on Icon, it's good for them too, because if they want to promote something or they want to promote a new feature, they can talk to us. We can create a daily quest for them, so people actually use their platform. For example, Nebula might have a thing where they've introduced this new ability to do something, and that ability is a transaction. I don't know what that ability is. I'm just making it up. But if they want more users to kind of go there to do it, we can create the daily quest, which will hopefully generate volume to apps that want it. You've got epics, you've got balance, all these different ranges of applications on Icon that we can all talk to and all connect and integrate with, because that's what a community is all about.
God, even just that got me super excited. That's brilliant, and it's so cool. I can think of so many different ways the quest can be implemented. IconBet, get a new game on, boom, becomes a quest. Geo, if you're listening, Polo, listen up, okay? So wow, that's brilliant. Well said, Andrew.
Yeah, get to the top level of hard in levels. No one's got there yet. That's a quest. Give me like 500 power-up tokens just to do that.
Oh, yes, nice. I wish we could guarantee it. Cool. No, that's great. Okay, I think that's any closing words, Alton. Anything you want to get off your chest?
No, I'm just thinking of the next step already is to get into the work, and
we're just thinking of the hours and hours of no sleep we're going to have in the next some months, whatever, how long it's going to take.
Yeah. Look, and this is just it. So calling out, thanks for coming on the show. I know I did a lot of talking. Sorry, I have a problem. But I really appreciate you guys being here, because I may be doing all this talking and it's all like super awesome and I'm very excited. This tokenomics look brilliant. Blah, blah, blah. But ultimately, they are doing the real job. They've helped put this vision together and actually building it, and they do all the hard work, and that is on top of the day jobs. Keep in mind, everyone. So if you're wondering, why can't we have this out sooner, it's a lot of work and people going above and beyond to try and make this a reality. Unfortunately, the current CPS is fantastic, and we're actually going to be going soon to CPS for funding V3 while work has been going on in the background. Obviously, it has to be rewarded. We can't all just quit our day jobs and look to get our projects funded full time, which we would be able to ship far quicker. However, CPS in its current form doesn't probably allow for that kind of a pivot in our lives, I guess. So, but hopefully one day we can see stuff like that start to happen. People can kind of pursue this as a full-time gig and feel confident in doing that. But for the moment it isn't, but at the same time isn't going to stop the guys from building. They love sleepless nights. They love 24/7 days. I shouldn't say that. They don't love it.
I used to, but now with a family it's getting a bit difficult.
Honestly, Andrew, like, I don't get it. It's your hours behind me. You're behind me. Yeah, I'm in. Yeah. And I'll wake up at 7 in the morning, and that's not early. and I'll message Andrew randomly about something I thought I have, and he's responding to me. And mind you, it should be 3 a.m. his time, and he's responding to me instantly. And I always think, why is he still up? But he's... And why are you up, Andrew? Good question.
Oh, I think I may have, insomnia, maybe. I don't know.
No. Okay, well, look, guys, thank you for coming on the show. Really, honestly, the MetrICX V3, awesome. I always, I don't know, I almost feel like I jump down people's throat when I see someone suggest, oh, you know what would be great for Icon? A dashboard that aggregates. Like, the second I see something like that, you can see I've commented on it. This already exists. There's a mobile app that captures all of this, and there's a web app coming soon. So, amazing work. This gamification idea, Andrew, is brilliant, and I personally am very excited about it, and can't wait for... I can't wait for the dashboard, but I just can't wait for the NFTs and stuff. Like, I feel like if we could just dash forward to when the NFTs are about to launch and the power up tokens have been minted and everything's there, it's like, yes, how exciting will that be?
For you, maybe. For us, it'll be panic. Developers are always scared about a release date.
Yes. Look, I think if there's one thing I've learned as a PM, you will be driving all of that. I will not push or rush in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, no, seriously. Scope creep may happen, but if scope creep happens and you go, oh, Farshad, another 3 weeks, I'll be like, yeah, that's fine. For that part of the scope, that's fine.
I know you said that we'll bury you, so you want us to let you down one last time.
Okay, guys, look, thank you very much. If everyone listening, hopefully you're as pumped as we are. What I will encourage everyone who stuck around all this time, if you have watched this and seen the presentation, have questions, join the Eye on Icon chat, ask us these questions. Everyone's in there. Also, if you didn't want to join Telegram and have just watched the video, put up a comment. I'm pretty good at answering everything there, but if you have suggestion, ideas, things like that, put it there. I definitely look at all of them, and we'll, especially if you want to ask something to the team, I will take that away and chat to the guys and make sure they're getting back with answers and things like that. So great way to engage with us as well. So once again, like, subscribe, share this around, and thanks for listening. Until next time, take care, everyone. Thanks, guys, for coming on.
Bye. No worries.
Bye.